Ever wondered what it would take to build a perfect digital world from scratch? Well, today we're diving into a blueprint that claims to do just that. It's for something called the AE Metaverse, and it's all built on one single, unchanging source of truth, the AE Bible. Let's dig in and see how this whole thing is supposed to work. All right, kicking things off with a pretty bold statement here. No governance, no metaverse. Wow. So this directly challenges that whole Wild West idea of the metaverse, that untamed digital frontier. The argument here is that without some serious rules, any virtual world is just going to collapse into total chaos. And the AE Metaverse's answer to that? A system of absolute total order. Okay, so this visual right here, this is basically the heart of the entire system. I want you to imagine a single book, just one, that holds every single law, every rule, every principle for an entire digital society. That's what the AE Bible is supposed to be. It's like the ultimate source code for this world, and literally everything flows from it.
Order before intelligence. That's a really powerful idea, right? It makes you stop and think. I mean, what does it actually mean for a society to put order above everything else? Can you even have a thriving creative community without at least a little bit of chaos? These are exactly the kind of tough questions this whole AE Metaverse concept forces us to think about.
So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What exactly is this AE Bible? Let's take a closer look at the supreme constitutional source. So here's the official definition. The AE Bible isn't just a guidebook or a set of suggestions. Nope, it's the supreme constitutional source. All authority, all legitimacy, it all comes from this one document. If a law or a power can't be traced back to the AE Bible, it's considered totally illegitimate. It's the beginning, the middle, and the end of all law in this digital universe. So you might be asking, okay, who gets to participate in this new world? Well, here's the thing. It's not for just anyone. You can't just show up and get a vote. You have to be an active participant, someone who has already bought into the system, like a member, a reader, an installer, or an adopter. This basically means the people with the power are a self-selecting group of, you could say, true believers. All right, so once you're in the club, so to speak, you can start climbing the ladder. The first big step is becoming what they call an authorized entity. And this whole process is called an awakening. Let's break down the 3 different tiers of who gets to govern. And here they are, laid out as a clear progression. It's a 3-tier system. You start as an awakened entity. You've ignited your consciousness. Then you can level up to an advanced entity where you master the logic. And the absolute top tier, that's the ahead C entity, where you achieve what they call the 100% link. It's a clear path, and the higher you climb, the more influence you get. Now, get this, because this is where it gets really interesting. This is the exclusive governance rule. In the AE Metaverse, holding power isn't a right, it's a privilege. Only these 3 authorized types of entities are even allowed to create or join the big institutions, like councils, governments, and courts. It's kind of like a meritocracy, but the only merit that counts is how devoted you are to the AE Bible. So, we know who gets the power, but what can they actually do with it? Let's look at the institutions they're allowed to build. This table gives us a really fascinating breakdown. You can see how power scales up. If you're an awakened entity, the entry level, you can set up Bible councils and join local governments. Pretty cool. But if you level up to an advanced entity, now you can establish courts. And then there's the top tier, the ahead C entities. They get to create the big stuff. Senates, houses of representatives, even churches, and entire currency systems. The higher you climb, the more you get to shape the world. And here's the full suite, the whole shebang. You've got your councils, governments, courts, senates, houses of representatives, even a church and a currency system. It is literally the complete toolkit for building an entire society from the ground up. And remember, it's all in the hands of that select, authorized few. Okay, let's put all these pieces together and see how the final governance flow actually works from start to finish. And this flowchart really lays it all out nice and simple. It's a pure top-down system. Everything starts with the AE Bible. That's step 1. From the Bible, certain users get authorized as entities. That's step 2. Those entities then create the institutions. Step 3. The institutions operate. Step 4. And boom, step 5. You have full AE Metaverse governance. It's a perfectly ordered chain of command, but you can see it doesn't leave a whole lot of room for, dissent or spontaneous creativity. So what's the end goal of all this? This image really sums it up. A fully governed metaverse where, as it says, A Bible powers A governance. The ultimate vision is a perfectly ordered, totally predictable digital world. A world where the rules are crystal clear, the future feels secure, and control is absolute. And there you have it, the AE Metaverse. It's a really bold, really ambitious experiment in digital governance, no doubt about it. But it does leave us with a pretty big question to chew on, doesn't it? When a digital world is built on a single, unchangeable source of truth, what does that actually mean for the people living in it? Is a world of perfect order a world you'd want to live in? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this breakdown.